Hello friends and welcome to this episode of Equity Investment Module. Equity Investment के इस मॉड्यूल में हम देखने वाले हैं मल्टी-बैगर अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर 2021. This has been an interesting topic because during this lockdown since March 2020 we have seen many webinars about market, and in all these webinars we have seen multiple strategies about F&O, people talking about various segments of equity investments and everything. But in this entire process, are we trying to move away or are we trying to find it difficult to stick to the core investment strategy? We are here to discuss about equity investment model. Many a times when I meet investors, many a times when I meet traders, they always keep on talking about how their portfolio right now is running at about 50-40% minus. And during March 2020, they were kind of caught off guard. So market fell dramatically within a short span of time, and they never got an opportunity to invest in a fresher way, invest in a newer way. Some of the investors were complaining at that point in time, they never got an opportunity to invest at that point in time is because they were already invested, they were already holding a portfolio. And to make matter worse, the bounce was very swift and many of you have missed this opportunity. Does this mean we have missed the opportunity forever? Even though it was a very good opportunity, but there will always be an opportunity which is coming back again through the market, and we are here to talk about how this opportunity is going to help us. So change is there ahead in the time, and we are going to discuss in today's session certain aspects of equity investments. So we are here to know about understanding market trend, what are the basic market trends, and which will help us identify certain stocks which may provide us a greater opportunity in coming year 2021. And a simple formula to select stock, right? There is one more important aspect, is sector-wise study. We need to know what are the sectors they will be performing in the upcoming year and years to come, and also the opportunities that we have in front of us in the year 2021. Okay, I'm going to share a simple method by means of a trend, level and signal which will help you identify and invest in a stock in a more simpler way. And to conclude everything, we are going to talk about money management. So even if you know a setup, even if you know an opportunity, without a proper money management rule, this will be difficult to manage your investments. So let us start quickly about this session. So guys, I am Shailesh Gaikwad, founder of Growth Module, and I am going to help you understand this topic of equity investment module. And we are trying to tap here certain multi-bagger opportunities for the year 2021. So let's start. When we talk about market trends, so always a market trend will have an important aspect of Dow theory. A Dow theory is something that defines market trend, and this is something as the market trend evolve, the Dow theory actually help you align with those kind of trends. So you have to identify these trends, and Dow theory makes it very simple. This is a very standard basic thing, basic concept, but many a times simple is beautiful. It has to be simple so that it works in our favor. So when we talk about Dow theory as an uptrend, so uptrending Dow theory comprises of higher high and a higher low. So whenever we look at a chart, any chart on a longer term, so we have to look for a higher high and a higher low. That actually gives us a confirmation about the uptrend through the Dow theory. Now there are three trends which are there in market, and any stock for that matter, whenever you are studying any stock, see, regardless of the fundamental analysis or technical analysis, the trend is something that is continuous and ongoing. And that's the reason the trend plays a very crucial role in the process of that particular stock. So here we are seeing a trend, example of an uptrend, and here we can see that the price starting from a low point, and from there it's reaching to a high, and from there it is making a low. Now this low is higher than the previous low. That's the reason it is called as a higher low, and so on. Then again the price makes a new high, wherein we see a high which is higher than the previous high. So that's how, as long as this higher high and higher low concepts are going on, this trend keeps on going in the direction. The second trend that we are going to discuss is a downtrend, right? And in downtrend, exactly opposite kind of action happens than that of the uptrend. So in uptrend, we have seen higher high and higher low that's happening. And here in a downtrend, we are seeing lower low and lower highs. So lower low and lower highs are actually giving us an idea about how the sellers of a particular stock, they are aggressive and they are aggressively selling that stock, and that's how the prices are in a continuous decline. Now, it is very essential and important for you to understand the uptrend as well as downtrend, because any stock cannot go from 0 to 100 at a stretch, right? So there'll be its own bits of up and down, and this is part of the journey for any stock in stock market. There's a third trend as well, which is defined by a sideways kind of a trend. A sideways trend is a stagnant trend wherein prices are not making a higher high, higher low, or a lower high, lower low in a sequential manner. So things are moving a little haphazardly and prices are generally stuck in a particular range. We are going to see some of the examples for these stocks as well, which will help you understand how these trends actually evolve. So if we look at the charts, here I have a Nifty chart in front of me, and on Nifty, as you can see, Nifty is a solid uptrending index, and this actually gives us a little understanding about how the continuation of this uptrend is happening in Nifty at a regular interval. But does that mean that Nifty is not giving you any buying opportunities? So every time it is giving you a correction, a temporary downtrend, this temporary downtrend is actually helping you arrive at a bottom formation, a typical or timing bottom formation, and from there it's a new buying opportunity, and again the uptrend resumes. So this is how we look at the entire scenario. When we talk about a downtrending stock, right? So any downtrending stock for that matter, if we are talking about, so one of my favorite stock in recent time is Yes Bank. Okay, so when we talk about Yes Bank, there was a uptrending stock. Yes Bank was a good uptrending stocks since 2009, and it made a high here in the month of August, and the high that was printed was 404, and from there the trend changed for Yes Bank. So what went wrong? Does it happen overnight? And how this process entirely evolves? So we are going to have a look at one slide which will help you understand the difference between profit booking phase and a reversal of the trend phase. So this also will be very important point of it. If we talk about a stock like State Bank of India. Now State Bank of India is something which is not entirely following an uptrend scenario, as well as it is not following a downtrend kind of a scenario. So in case of Yes Bank, all we can see is price is moving in between a range. So a high range of, let's say, 370, 380, and a low range of around 150. So price is actually shuffling between these zones, oscillating between these two zones, and the price is actually not moving rapidly in one direction. So this is something very important. The second stock that I want to show you is Bharti Airtel, which is kind of sideways. And these companies are not making money for the investors as far as so far, right? The trend might change because a sideways stock can be defined, and the best example I think to define a sideways kind of a trend is Reliance Industries. So in case of Reliance Industries, as you can see, Reliance Industries was sideways for more than 9 years. And in this phase, it was sideways, and after that, it broke out in 2017. Reliance Industries was sideways for a period of about 9 years, and then later it broke out of that zone in the year 2017, and then it has changed to an uptrend. But till then it was sideways. So it is not at all necessary. It is not at all necessary that any stock, if it is sideways, if it is downtrending, if it is uptrending, that does not mean that this stock is going to remain like that forever. So far we have seen trends, how Dow theory defines different trends, and 3 trends that define the market action. And as I said, any trend that cannot remain like that forever. So the trends keep on evolving, trends keep on changing. And how do we can identify the trend is in correction or is in reversal? So there is a simple trick that I'm going to share with all of you, that whether it is a profit booking happening or it's a reversal of the trend is a simple trick that I want to share with you. Retracement or reversal is an important topic. Retracement or a reversal. So when we talk about a retracement is a temporary change in price or temporary profit booking phase in a particular stock, and wherein the buyers who are buying aggressively in that particular stock At a particular point in time, they stop buying and the buyers turn into sellers. They are there to book profits. And that's the reason these retracement usually periodically happen. In market, generally, if we're talking about Nifty, in Nifty, there are about two corrections happening every year with a range of around 15 to 20%. But how to identify that? How can we identify that it's a retracement and not a reversal is something a very important kind of a topic. When we talk about retracement and reversal, so retracement and reversal, this is a very important topic, and I want to take this example with respect to Yes Bank only, and this will be a very good learning for many of you. See, Yes Bank, when we look at the chart of Yes Bank, in the first month, Yes Bank, when it reversed, when it started correcting, in 1 month, the fall was such a severe fall that it actually take out the action that has happened in the previous so many months, right? Let me show you Yes Bank's chart, and this will be much easier for us to understand. In case of Yes Bank, here, when this action is happening in the month of September 2018. So September 2018 actually, the price action that happened since April 2016 till 2nd July 2018. So all this action that is happening since April 2016 to July 2018, all this action is being taken out in one single candle. And after that, Yes Bank tried to recover, and after this recovery, Yes Bank started its downward journey again. So look for these kind of action, these kind of sell-off that is happening in a particular stock, and that can be a warning signal. So after this fall, the kind of recovery, if the stock is showing some kind of recovery, that will be a simple method by which you can understand whether it's a correction or it's a reversal. As we have seen, retracement and reversal, both these aspects are very important and inherent part of the stock movement. So a trend can be defined by smaller retracement where the profit booking is happening, and also by reversals where the trend entirely is changing from uptrend to downtrend. So this is very important point. Now, if we have understood the Dowd theory trends completely and the difference between retracement and reversal, so now we have to move on to the important point. What is a simple formula to select stock? What can be the simplest formula to select stock? So I generally prefer to understand it in a very simpler way, that you just have to go through your routine, a daily routine, I should say. So when we wake up, we brush our teeth. The first thing in the morning that we do is brush our teeth. So what is the stock that comes into your mind? A Colgate Palmolive, right? Or Dabur as a toothpaste, right? When you have a bath, what is the soap that you use? So Hindustan Unilever, and so on and so on. And in day-to-day life, a simple list, if you can prepare, of 10 stocks that you use in your day-to-day activity, then you will find that we are surrounded by brands. And all these brands have a very core thing in them, is that all these brands do not need any introduction. And that's the reason these brands play a very crucial role in our life, day-to-day life. How many of you receive a call from Bajaj Finance every day? So this is also a simple trick. This company is performing well and they are trying to reach out to the customer, potential customers. And that's the reason. How many of you are using 2 Jio SIMs? So this is again a simpler method. How many of you order pizza for lunch because it arrives in 30 minutes? So this is also a simple brand methodology, which is going to give you a very high probability of success, because all these brands do not need an introduction. They are brand in themselves and they have a better chances of performing in a coming year or coming period. Now throughout this period, whenever we are looking at a period since March 2020 till right now, up till November we are seeing. So here what we are observing, that everybody is trying to find a strategy, a setup to make money, right? But overall in this phase, very few people are focusing on the view part of it. What is the view of the market? What's going to happen in the coming month? What's the probability? Where will be after a year, after 3 years, or in a shorter span of time? Where will be after a month or a next week? So this is one important aspect. See, trading comprises of two things. Investing and trading comprises of two things. One thing is your view about a particular stock. Where do you expect that stock to be? Where do you see that investment or that stock in the coming period? And also, what will be the good buying opportunity? So both these things are very important. And when you consider brands which are associated with day-to-day activity, all these stocks have a better probability of performance. Now coming to important point, sector-wise study. When we discuss about various sectors, so everybody is keen on understanding whether this energy sector is going to go up, banking sector is going to outperform, pharma, IT, and all these sectors. Everybody is thinking about sectors and which sector is going to outperform Nifty or rest of the sectors. Is something that everyone wants to know, and it's a hot topic of debate. Like someone is saying that pharma is going to perform, someone is saying Nifty is going to perform, someone is saying IT is going to perform, someone is saying pharma is going to perform, someone is saying IT is going to perform, someone is hell-bent on auto or energy, and so on and so on, and this debate keeps on going. A simplest trick would be to consider this March 2020 correction, because this March 2020 correction is the more recent one, it's a latest correction and important reference point whenever we find a temporary bottom in market. So from that bottom point of view, when the market rallies from those levels, this one important reference point creates a particular history on the chart. And when you refer that chart, and the action that is happening after this fall is far more crucial. So when we talk about this study, and I want to give you a very simple example, like once you look at the monthly charts of all these stocks or sectors per se, then you have to check that after March 2020 bottom formation, which stocks has bounced up from those levels is something that you need to see. If you're fond of playing cricket, if we throw a ball on the ground, then it just bounces back, right? And similarly, if we find on a monthly chart, let's take an example. Let's say a stock like Reliance Industries. On a monthly time frame, if Reliance Industries has fallen in the month of March, and immediately it has bounced off from those levels and also went on to make a new high. So this is very important. So stocks actually correcting big and taking a bounce from those level will be very important. If we talk about another stock like Escorts. Escorts similarly, it corrected, made a bottom, temporary bottom, and then it bounced from those levels amazingly. So this is one example. Then there's a stock like Tata Consumer. So Tata Consumer, again, it formed a low, and from those levels it bounced back. So important will be that you have to find stocks which are bouncing back from those corrective levels, is because the buyers are very aggressive. On the other hand, there'll be stocks wherein the buyers are not that aggressive, and you will see that the action has not happened such rapidly. Any banking stock for that matter, if you see, the banking stocks have not recovered so greatly as compared to all these stocks. If we talk about sectors, we can do a similar kind of study in sectors as well. If we take a Nifty IT, first we'll start with Nifty probably, and even in Nifty, the fall was vicious, but the bounce was also good and it recovered really rapidly. Probably all thanks to Reliance Industries, because at that point in time, Reliance's contribution in Nifty was more than 1,000 points. So Nifty here, then if we look at Nifty IT, so Nifty IT has outperformed Nifty by a huge margin, right? It has taken out the previous high as well. And after this fall, the rapid rally or the bounce can be seen in Nifty IT. If we check Nifty Bank, then we will see a simple understanding about what I was saying. If we consider all these performing stock or indices as a tennis ball, then this Nifty is just like a small rock. So it has fallen and is staying around over there, those levels, and taking a lot of time to recover. So you certainly don't need such investments which are taking time to reverse and give you good returns. So after banking sector, we have to go and check the auto sector as well. Now similarly, the auto sector is also not that great performing, but in auto sector, mind you, there is a correction going on since 2018. And since 2018, the auto sector is correcting big time. Now that it has happened so that after the March correction, right? And from this period, we have almost recovered up till the January to 2020 levels. So this is a remarkable journey for the auto sector as well, but yet there is a lot of ground to be covered. If we talk about Nifty Pharma, now this is again a very important and critical sector. Nifty Pharma is correcting since 2015, and for 5 years it was consolidating, correcting, and after these corrections, now there is a bottom that has been formed, and after this bottom, Nifty Pharma is actually rearing up and roaring to go to the newer heights. And my pick will be Nifty Pharma for the upcoming 3 years. Pharma as a sector, but you have to pick individual stocks. See, there will be a stock like Divi's Laboratory. So Divi's Laboratory never corrected as much as the entire pharma sector. Is a very path-breaking kind of a stock. So Nifty Pharma, the major part of Nifty Pharma will be Divi's Laboratory, then Dr. Reddy's. Is something which recovered quickly and also reached out to the new high. So this will be a very important aspect of it. Then let's focus on energy sector. So Nifty Energy, all thanks to Reliance again, Nifty Energy is doing good, and they have almost reached to those pre-COVID kind of levels, and here the recovery is rapid and faster. Again, you have to pick stocks wisely, and you have to pick stocks which are actually performing really well. So Reliance will be one pick in this domain. I mean, let's check a chart of Reliance Industries here. And in Reliance Industries as well, currently the prices are at a very crucial level. We are expecting these prices to go around 1800 or 1775 or something like that. And from there, we should see a surge in Reliance prices. Guys, trust me, in the next 2 to 3 years, we should be able to see Reliance at a price of around 10,000. And this will be a good multi-bagger from here, wherein the price point right now is 2000 and it has a 5 times growth potential. A similar thing can be said for the Bajaj Finance as well. Bajaj Finance, if it crosses the level of 5,000, then the next 5,000 journey will be very rapid, and Bajaj Finance, trust me, is going to be the next MRF. So Bajaj Finance is very important stock from this current point in time, and this coming 3 to 4 years are going to be very crucial for stock market from the point of this bull run. We don't have to hurry. We have to wait patiently for that higher low to be formed, and after that the opportunities will be abundant. So to conclude sector-wise study, what we discussed here is March 2020 correction is the latest and most important reference point for us. At the same time, all the best stocks which are good for investment and where the buyers have a complete faith, buyers are very aggressive in those stocks, which stocks have bounced back very aggressively. So both things go hand in hand. Buyers are aggressive, and that's the reason those stocks have bounced back very quickly. While the average stocks which have not performed in such a greater depth, they are remaining stagnant. And this is a wonderful key, a simple learning. At the same time, this is going to prove a very important point by which this sector-wise study is going to help you identify the sectors which are going to outperform in the coming days. My sector choice for the upcoming 4 to 5 years will be Nifty IT as well as Nifty Pharma. So these two sectors are going to outperform rest of the sectors and will be a very amazing journey going forward. So next 4.5 years are going to be super for Indian stock market. It's just that the current volatile period should get over, and after the completion of this volatile period, we have a bright bull run ahead. When we talk about opportunities for 2021, we have to understand that market currently has shown a lot of volatility in the year 2020. And once this volatility subsides, the major bull run will come in from those levels. So once we get those levels, then we can align with the stock, align with the trend that those are happening. And see, the easiest way to make money in stock market is not to predict, assume or expect anything to happen. Rather, whatever happening at a larger level, broader picture, bigger picture, you have to follow that. So if you have understood the concept of uptrend, you just have to keep on following that trend, and by following that trend, your most profitable investments will come up, right? Don't think about buying stocks at the available prices. You have to wait for all those discounts. See, generally in a year, there are about 2 corrections those happens. And all these corrections give you an opportunity of about 20% discount. So stocks are available at 20% discount at a regular intervals. Let me show you on the chart. If you are talking about Nifty here, let me quickly go to weekly time frame. And on weekly, you can see Nifty very frequently, it keeps on giving us a correction of about 15 to 20%. So here, if you can see, the fall is about 12%. Next is about again some 11%. After that, if we check here, again here we'll see it's about 15%, 14 to 15%. Next time again it's about 12 to 13%. And these kind of opportunities keeps on coming in various stocks. If we look at HDFC Bank as a banking leader, so even in HDFC Bank, you can see a similar kind of thing happening. So stock is available at a discount, right? So there was a discount in HDFC Bank, about 14% discount here. Then next, again a 12-13% discount. Then March was a bigger discount here available. And now also we may expect one more dip. And after this dip, after this higher low on a weekly time frame, the stock will again be ready to fly off. So this is how we have to look at it. Don't just buy at any levels at an overbought conditions. Many of the stocks, they are correcting from these important levels, and the opportunities will be amazing to buy at these levels. When we talk about stocks, a stock like Asian Paint, which is quite outperformer for the ongoing period, generally shows you a correction or a corrective pattern of about 10 to 15%, right? And weekly time frame, this is a 25% ka correction. So after that, also here you can see a 25% correction that's happening. And then this kind of corrections keep on happening. So don't run behind a stock with the current prices. Find a dip, and after this dip, now what is this dip basically? So there is a movement. This is an uptrending stock. Asian Paints is an uptrending stock. But while this is in an uptrend, there'll be a phase of correction. There'll be a phase of correction where the profit booking is happening, and after this profit booking, you can go ahead and buy these stocks. So this will be a very important aspect. I'm going to cover a simple strategy by which you can actually identify that these kind of corrections are happening in a particular stock and how they are going to move on from those levels. So when we are talking about opportunities in a particular segment or in stock market in total, you have to wait for that weekly correction of 15-20%. Weekly time frame, 15 to 20% correction is just like your Diwali discounts. So major brands, they give Diwali discounts prior to Diwali, and similarly even stock market will offer you discounts if you are not rushing to buy at those levels, at those current levels. And Dow theory helps you identify the difference between this higher high and a higher low, and again a higher high, which actually keeps the uptrend going on. A concept of trend, level and signal is a very simple concept. We have to pick uptrending stocks, the stocks which are uptrending, and on those uptrending stock, we have to use a tool called as Fibonacci retracement. So this Fibonacci retracement actually gives you a good understanding about how these corrections are happening. Now, what is a Fibonacci tool? When we talk about a Fibonacci tool, the Fibonacci tool is available here, and this is based on Fibonacci numbers, right? So Fibonacci numbers plays a very crucial role in any growth or any retracement or a setback, you can say. So these retracements happen usually as per the Fibonacci numbers. When we apply this tool, let's say in Asian Paints, from this high to this low, then we see that this retracement was exactly at 61%. And from there, the journey again, the upwardly journey again began for a stock. So these levels can prove some important guideline for you. And instead of following, I would say, weekly support and weekly resistances, these Fibonacci levels are far more important, and they gives you accurate understanding about the market levels. So in any stocks, let's say like Nifty as well, you can use this concept. And generally when we talk about a 15 to 20% correction, so in this phase, you get to see a correction that's happening in market. And also So from this high to low, we can see that 38% correction is there, 38% retracement is there, and after this retracement, price again moving in an upwardly direction. So this is far more important, the Fibonacci retracement levels that we are using as a level, concept of level. Uptrending stocks you have seen, you just have to go and check any stock on a monthly time frame, and then you can find out whether this stock is an uptrending stock or not. See, if you see SBI as we saw, then we can see Canara Bank. Is it uptrending? So Canara Bank is not uptrend. So this cannot be your choice of stock to buy, to go long, right? But on the contrary, if you pick a stock like Bajaj Finance, then Bajaj Finance is a super uptrending kind of a stock. So this is a very important aspect. Trend is going to determine the first criteria of your stock selection. So selecting uptrending stock is one part of it. Selecting the level as per Fibonacci is another part to find out whether the stock is available at a discount or not. And then comes the important aspect of signal. Once it is reversing from any important Fibonacci level, that can be considered as a signal for your long-term investment. And also, when we learned a concept of Dow theory, the Dow theory comprises of something called as a higher high and higher low. Now these higher lows provide excellent opportunities to go long. So these higher lows provide an excellent opportunity to buy at those levels. And after a higher low, see an example like Escorts, wherein we could get a higher low, and after that higher low, the movement was very rapid or exponential kind of a movement that we get after a higher low. So we have to look for a higher low signal, and after that, the prices rapidly move on to an upward direction. Now see, 1 hour is a very limited time to discuss this trend level and signal. So at the end of this session, I'm going to announce you a furthermore webinar of 3 hours, wherein you can actually attend the webinar and make most of these concepts, and by which this investing becomes easier for you. So be there, hang in there. Investments. So far we have seen what are the trends. We have discussed about trends. We have discussed about how to select a stock, what is the difference between retracement and reversal, and how these important levels are identified, how these trends are identified. So now you have a better understanding about certain brands which have a better prospectus. Then we have discussed about certain stocks as well. A stock like Reliance Industries, a stock like Bajaj Finance. Then we have discussed about IT sector. So IT sector, there will be Infosys, which is going to perform amazingly. At the same time, HCL Technology is something that will be amazing to observe. Last year's peak, 2020 peak, the hot peak was Tanla Solutions. And Tanla Solutions, our target was 240 rupees. And from those levels of 240, so right from this level of 47, Tanla has reached now to 346. My target on Tanla was 240 and has surpassed those targets now. So this was one of the pick for the previous year, this ongoing year 2020. And when we look at the overall picture in coming years as well, I see that the opportunities will be greater. But am I going to invest in Tanla Solutions? No, I'm not going to invest in Tanla Solutions. If I want to invest, I'll invest in Infi. So Infi will be a good stock with a good breakout. And similarly, as I said, HCL Technology is one stock which is performing really nice. And then there is Coforge as well. Coforge Limited is also doing amazingly in this phase right now. Similarly, we discussed about pharmaceutical stocks. I shared with you Dr. Reddy's as well as the stock Divi's Laboratory. So all these stocks are superbly performing kind of a stocks. And from there, when we talk about investment, so coming back to investment chapter, now after understanding the trend level signal concept, it is far more essential to also understand how you are going to invest your money into the market. So what has to be strategy? There are so many people who have written so much about money management aspect of it. So let us understand how this money management aspect work in real time in market. So whenever you are investing, whenever you think about investing in stock market, the money management strategy is something that will always keep you afloat. is something important. A penny saved is penny earned, or a rupee saved is rupee earned, is a very important proverb in this context. And every one of us who have a hard-earned money, which we are going to invest in stock market, and we do not wish to lose that hard-earned money and wish to generate little by little returns on our investment to keep us profitable. When we talk about investment and money management part of it, so the most important aspect is money versus experience. I keep on meeting lot many investors, and through one of the interaction, Mr. Ramesh Damani had categorically said that in market there are two types of people, right? So he said there are people with money who comes to market, and there are people with experiences. So people at the beginning of a bull run, he said that whenever a bull run starts, at that point in time, if there are two investors, one with money and one with investor, at the end of that bull run, the person with money is going to lose money, and with that money he is going to gain experience, right? And on the other hand, the person who is having an experience is going to have that experience doubled, as well as he'll have more money in his kitty or in his portfolio. It's a very interesting analogy, and I just love this. Thinking from this point of view, we have to agree that the market is not always trending. And if we say that market is not always trending, we have to focus on both these aspects. So we have to focus on a short term as well as long term. So short term can be after every short opportunity on, let's say, a daily or a weekly time frame, we have to strive for a shorter trades of 5 to 7%. On growth model, we run a category called 5%, 7% equity club. So in this 7% equity club, categorically, we talk about daily trades which are available to us. And on those daily trades, we have to initiate a trade. And then in a span of week or 10 days, we get about 5 to 7% returns on our investment. So this is through equity. I'm talking not about F&O. Through equity, it is possible. So if we keep a moderate target of 5 to 7%, now, an interesting thing happens. Whenever I start talking about a 5% returns on the investment, people give me a simple calculation that if you are making 5% a week, show us how you are made, what you have made in 52 weeks. So this is not as simple as that, because market is not always in momentum. We have to accept this fact. And whenever market is in momentum, in those 5-6 months, we can make most of it. See, our long-term portfolio, a long-term investment is one aspect of investment, right? But still, we need to make active efforts, and through these active efforts, we can generate weekly, or let's say in 10 days, about 5 to 7% ROI if we are following the trend level and signal concept. So that's the very easy thing to do. Now, this is a simple way by doing a long-term investment as well as a short-term trading or investment, you can actually plan and begin your journey for wealth creation. And this is a very important aspect of it. I'm going to cover some part of money management so that it will be easier for you to understand that how you are going to manage your funds while you are looking for an investment opportunity, and do not wish to lose a bigger or a larger chunk of money at one investment in stock market, because there is a little bit of uncertainty in stock market whenever we talk about different stocks. Now, the Reliance other day, it corrected by 8.5% in one day. And this was also a good experience for many traders. Investment and compounding. Now, these both things are very important. See, when you have both experience and money, so do you need to actually wait for that experience? Do you have to wait for the entire bull run to get over to generate that experience? You can rely on someone's experience. If you are learning technical analysis, through that, you are gaining an experience through that method. So that method is actually proving as an experience to you, and that's actually keeping you on a winning side. So experience plus money is something making your journey of investment through compounding gains. If you have understood the process of trend, level and signal, so then you can invest in two tranches. Some part of your funds can invest on a daily time frame. So the opportunity will be of 7%, 5 to 7%. And in other part, you can invest on a monthly time frame. On a monthly time frame, if you are investing, so for a month or a quarter, consider it as a fixed deposit in stock market, right? And through that fixed deposit, you can keep on making consistent money. So what I generally suggest to traders is that whatever you are making through your daily investments, So 5, 7%, 12%, whatever you are generating through a smaller period of time, whenever you find an opportunity on a higher time frame, that's a monthly or weekly time frame, that's going to come at a later stage and on a longer horizon, larger horizon. So that's going to come on a larger horizon. And at that point in time, you have to invest on a monthly or quarterly time frame. And that is going to go on for few years. So this is one important aspect of it. Now roadmap. This journey is about a year. As I said, as I suggested that in a year, there will be about 2 corrections in this market. So these corrections, we have to make most of it and look at the year. In total, there are about 52 weeks in 1 year. And through this process, we can keep on generating. Let's say, I'm never going to claim that all these 52 weeks will give you good opportunity. Right? Even if you consider that only 50% of the weeks have given you an opportunity and you can still tap, let's say only half of that, still you are doing better than the overall market proposition. Right? So even if you can tap, let's say 10 or 15 such opportunities throughout a year. So these short-term investments are going to help you. Your long-term portfolio is also there, which you are going to manage. Right? And at a periodic interval, you have to keep on consistently weeding out the stocks which are not performing in this particular aspect. So whenever you see that the growth ratio, the growth target is not met in a particular stock, at that point in time, you have to shuffle through those stocks. Then you have to book a profit and look for another stock which is performing well. So how do we go ahead in that? How do we go about it? So consider equity as a passive source of income. And at a time, never invest all your money in 1 or 2 stocks. Rather, you select 4 to 5 different stocks. And in these 4 or 5 stocks, you investment at least 20% of your investable capital. So 20% in one stock. So if at all a particular stock does not perform, the losses will be incurred on your 20% capital. And there will be a stop loss to help you protect your capital. Is something very important. So use only 20% capital in one opportunity and remaining capital for different stock, just like that. So with the horizon of 3 to 6 months, you can do wonders in market. And also always keep a 20% capital aside. What do I mean by keep a 20% capital aside? There are certain opportunities, right? There was a whistleblower issue in Infy. So Infosys suddenly fell by some 10-15%. That was the opportunity to buy Infosys. And these kind of opportunities keep on coming in market on some or the other pretext. And just discount those news. And whenever you get a stock available at such a handsome or lucrative price, jump for it, go for it. And then make most of this situation. But remember, to summarize this investment plan, we have to look for 4 to 5 stocks at a time, invest 20% in one stock. Right? Never invest more than 20% in a stock, because if a stock is not making profit to you, only your 20% gets affected and rest 80% is performing for you, or rest 60% is performing for you, 20% you have kept aside. And on a 3 to 6 months horizon, it is absolutely possible. So as I said, I keep on meeting people who ask for that simple calculation that if you are making 5% a week, then in 52 weeks there should be this kind of a calculation, simple multiplication. So as I said, this doesn't happen that way. Market is not always in momentum is something that we have to understand, accept. But still, if you invest properly through all your conventional investment avenues, stock market is going to give you better returns on your investment. See, your long-term portfolio is one part of it. What I'm suggesting here is create a shorter investment plans, just like your FD. FDR, we keep it for 2 to 3 years, 5 years, though it is outdated, but still everybody has some money in FDs. So similarly in stock market as well, you create FD for 1 to 3 months horizon, and this is something that will keep you on a right side of the ROI chart. So when we have got a goal of 5% returns on a weekly time horizon or per trade, so that trade can last up till 10 days, we are surpassing our expected target of returns on investment. And generally your yearly expected targets on your returns on investment should be completed within a shorter span of time. If my calculation is correct, generally it is achieved in 7 to 8 months. The money from, let's say a point A to point B, your expected targets, they are met in 7 to 8 months. And that means throughout the year, you have a breathing space of 4 to 5 months. Now this 4 to 5 months breathing space, you can utilize while the market is still correcting. Use that time to learn certain activities about market, learn about future and options. Because again, like how equity is not an everyday thing, you cannot remain invested for all the entire period of year. Similarly, this future and options is not also everyday affair. So don't consider F&O as an everyday trading opportunity, and don't look for everyday trading opportunity in F&O. You have to wait for right opportunity, and only on the basis of those opportunities you can do that. Why one should learn F&O is very important, because whenever you have a long-term portfolio and that portfolio is correcting, let's say by 20-25%, you can always hedge it by means. And initially, if you consider F&O was invented with the same philosophy, with this same thought process. It is only when a trader thinks to invest, let's say intraday kind of a trades, or every day trying to find some or the other trade, then he ruins the fun of futures and options. So this is again very important aspect. Keep on making subtle passive returns on your investment through equity segment, and this is something will always help you gain a better returns on your investment. Folks, we have covered right from stock selection, trend selection, level how to select, all these things, all these aspects we have selected. We have seen how equity is beneficial, or F&O, how F&O can complement your equity investment aspect. But all these topics in a 1 hour webinar is difficult to cover. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to offer all of you a 3-hour webinar, a 3-hour separate session, which will be online session. And this 3-hour session is going to focus as an investment mantra. It will be a logical extension of this session, what we have learned today. And then how we can take this journey ahead is something that we are going to discuss. Now this session will be there on Sunday, 15th November 2020. And this will be available to all those who have registered for this particular session, today's session. The timing for this session will be 10 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. So with this investment mantra 3-hour seminar, we are going to learn 5 important takeaways. Namely, 5 takeaways are how less is more, how you can start your journey in financial worlds with a very small amount, an amount which is as small as your one-time family lunch cost. Right? So it can be right from 2,000 to 3,000 rupees to begin with. For freshers, I'm saying, then what will be the best time to invest? How to identify what is the best time to invest? How you can make trend your friend. As I said, as long as you're aligned with the trend, you can keep on making money consistently. So this is one important aspect of it. How to select stocks. This is again a key aspect of it. We have seen a bit of it today, and there in those 3 hours we'll get ample of time to discuss more about these consistent points. And all these things, all these 4 points boil down to one important aspect, and that is all about returns on your investment. So whenever you invest, whenever you think about investments, the first and foremost question that you have in your mind is what is the ROI that you are going to get? What is the returns on investment that you can expect out of that investment? And all these 5 points we are going to elaborate from the view of how it can help you generate better returns on your investment. To see you on Sunday's session on 15th of November for this webinar called Investment Mantra. Folks, thank you for attending this webinar. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Money Control team as well for this wonderful opportunity, and see you all on Sunday 15th of November between 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. for the extended session of today's webinar called as Investment Mantra, and see you all there. Thank you so much.